Well, hello there, Tankers of the Blitz universe. I'm Flossie, and this is the AE Phase 1, a tank which you never really see in battle, and there's a very big reason as to why that is the case. I've only ever seen two of these things in-game for, like, the whole time this tank has been out. Only two, and that's insane. And the reason for that is fairly simple. It's got a crazy low drop chance. And in order to get this tank, you need to complete the entire battle pass. And then once you've completed the battle pass, you then have operation containers, which is where this tank sits. And the drop chance is 0.05. It's insane how low that actually is. And the thing is, this tank has been out for a while now, like almost 2 years, I'd say, and Wargaming has not released it in any other way, and I honestly don't think they ever will. This tank, it seems to be stuck in these battle pass crates for all of eternity, and I've seen countless videos of people spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars to try and get this tank. It's really, really rare, and honestly, it's not even that crazy good, but we'll break into that when we play 3 live battles in today's video. So first, let's go over the tank's stats, and starting off with its gun. You will notice these stats are very, very similar to the M103 Tech Tree Tier 9 American tank. But anyways, let's go over these stats. 400 alpha damage on its standard shells, 340 on the premium, and 515 on its HE. So the average damage is pretty average for a tier 9 heavy. In terms of its pen, it has 270 on the standard, 373 on the heat, which is amazing, and 65 on the HE. So that heat pen, you're not going to have any trouble penning anyone. Like, that's tier 10 levels of pen. That's insane. It does have 10 degrees of gun depression, which is very, very nice, especially for a tank like this with a good turret. Now, in terms of its gun handling, it's kind of and pretty good. I'll explain why. So the aim time is meh at 4.4 seconds, but its dispersion of 0.285 is actually really good. So honestly, when you do fully aim in this tank, you're going to hit most of your shots, but snapping shells in this tank can be kind of troll. In terms of its mobility, it goes 40 forward and 20 in reverse, which is very, very solid indeed, and its power to weight of 17.3 is not that bad either. Now, in terms of the armor profile of this tank, it's very, very similar to the M103. Like, these two tanks right here are very, very similar. The only difference is really the looks, honestly. Like, the M103 has a very strong turret, and so does this tank. So, honestly, if you are like, I really want the AE Phase 1, just go out and get an M103. Don't be spending thousands of dollars on a tank that you're probably never going to get anyways. And it really shows in how this tank plays. There's not really any difference between the playstyle of this and the M103, which is kind of disappointing. You would expect Wargaming to add some sort of special feature to a tank which is this rare or this unique looking, because honestly, like, this tank should have something else going for it that differentiates it to the M103. Right now, both of the tanks have the exact same playstyle, so what's the point of gambling thousands of dollars away to get something that just looks slightly different and has 4 tracks? That's what I don't understand about this tank, is why is it so rare? Why didn't Wargaming just release this tank maybe once at a rare price and then say, okay, for the rest of you who didn't want to get it early, now you can get it after for a normal, like, crate drop chance? Like, why is it still, after all of these years of being out, why is it still 0.05? I don't understand, and honestly, this tank, it's just not worth. Like, why would you ever spend even close to that amount of money on this tank, let alone any tank in the game? Honestly, if any tank ever comes out for that amount of, like, or that rare of a drop chance, it's just not worth it. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It's a pixel tank, bro. Like, whatever, who cares? Yeah, and honestly, this tank is kind of boring to play. Like, it's not bad at all. Like, it's a pretty solid tank, but it's just very boring. Like, it's just a 400 damage gun, like, average single shot tank. Like, there's nothing special about it, and honestly, it's a little bit disappointing. But anyways, we're on Hellas for our first battle here. We'll see how we can do, and let's get into a very aggressive hull down position here against the K2 in front of us and the VK168. So I mean, this tank has decent DPM, so I'm pretty safe to just pop my adrenaline, and we should be able to shoot this guy again. Oh my god, bro, that hit too low on his lower plate. Crazy. Impressive stuff right there. And this K2 shouldn't be able to pen me in the lower plate, sorry. However, that's scary. There's T95 right in front of me. Okay, well, Let's see if we can angle up a little bit. Unfortunately, that just doesn't happen. And now we're getting penned by everything. So you know what? I'm going to back out of here using my 20 reverse speed. That is one good thing about this tank, is it's kind of rare for an American vehicle to have 20 reverse speed. But like, bruh, it's not exactly enough to really make this thing super unique to play. Like, okay, cool, 20 reverse speed. Anyways, that's it. That's my thought of this tank, honestly. But let's see what we can do now that I am out of that weird situation there. Let's see if we can get a shell into this VK here. There we go, 398. We've been low rolling all of our shells so far. It's very sad indeed. And yeah, that's the problem with 400 Alpha, is if you low roll slightly, you're not going to be doing much damage to people. Okay, well, that shell went nowhere. Honestly, this situation is not looking too good. They're already up by 2 tanks. Like, we've lost 1. Or, sorry, we've lost 2, and they've only lost... Wait, no, we both lost 2. Never mind. I just saw that a Vickers killed the ISU. My bad. It's pretty even now, honestly, so, yeah. We'll see what this game actually ends up being, whether it be a loss or win. And, wow, this T-95 really has a hard-on for me right now, so I'm going to obviously try and kill him before he can shoot me. Let's see here. There we go. We do get a kill shot into him before he's able to get his gun down enough. Now we just have the VK in front of us, who is also trying to shoot at me. Interesting. This is the thing with having a super rare vehicle in a battle that no one really sees. Everyone will try to shoot at you, which basically just makes it worse than the M103, because if you're playing that tank, no one's really going to care or bat an eye that you're in that tank, because it's not rare. So yeah, honestly, that's a disadvantage for this tank, is its rarity. It makes it a prime target for people who want to tunnel you. And yeah, I mean, we're doing fine this game. 3,100 damage, fairly decent. And should be able to get out another couple of shells here. There we go, 1 shell into the TNH there. And backing up into cover. So yeah, I mean, it's a nice tank. It's just not very exciting to play. And that's the main problem with it. There we go. Let's get a shell into that WZ. Ooh, nice max roll there for 500. And we're up on base cap, so I'm going to play very carefully here. I'm going to try and pick up the kill on this TNH here in just a second. There we go. And now we're at 830 on the base cap, so all I have to really do is make sure I don't get nuked by both of these tanks at once. Like, of course, the WZ is going to hit me, which is very sad indeed. But I'd rather just not get hit by that Jagdpanther. And I really just have to bide my time and hope that I can survive long enough to get the win. It's 940 on the base cap, and this is looking very sus. Oh boy, here's the Jagdpanther. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And he does kill me. Okay, well, the Vickers is hopefully going to win this game by not YOLOing in and killing himself. Please don't do that, Vickers. Just literally stay here and you win. That's it. 980, 980, 990. Yeah, okay, we do win this game. That was a bit sus at the end there. I technically could have turned around and killed that Jagdpanther and we would have won on, or J-Panther and we would have won on base cap, but oh well, I was trying to run away. It is what it is. We still did 4,000 damage in the AE Phase 1, so I mean, that was a good game. We farmed out a lot of damage, but again, you would have been able to do the exact same thing in the M103, and honestly, if I'm not mistaken, this thing has, yeah, it has sandbags, so you can honestly get it up to more HP than the AE Phase 1, which is just a W. Like, having more HP is better. So honestly, it's a very, very rare tank. Like I said, I've only seen 2 of these things in game ever, and it's not that exciting. Like, it's nothing special. It is, yeah, so that's basically how this tank is. And honestly, its playstyle is very simple. Just keep it hull down. If you ever get this tank, you just keep it hull down and hide your lower plate and upper plate for that matter, and you'll be fine. Let's see what we can do in our second battle whenever Wargaming loads me into game. Love the queue times in this game. Bro, there's literally 39 people in Tier 9, and they haven't loaded me into a game. What? Hello? Crazy, bro. When am I going to get into a game? Wargaming. Thank you. Finally. As I said, 1 minute 30 seconds. There were like 40 people in Tier 9, and Wargaming just said, no, you're not loading into a game. Okay. Well, we're on Falls Creek for our second battle. And I'm going to make my way towards Heavyside, because using this tank on that little hill part over there and sticking my tank with its 10 degrees of gun depression there will be very effective. And the only thing you really have to worry about while being hauled down is the hatch. Like, the hatch is fairly big, so if people do see that, they're going to be able to pen it fairly easily. But other than that, obviously the cheeks are going to be weak against certain tanks with high pen heat. But other than that, this tank has very, very good turret armor. We're able to pen that Charioteer, surprisingly, at that angle, and we hit him for 400, which is quite nice. And, yeah, their team is in some pretty weird spots right now. Like, I was expecting them to, like, YOLO the bull, but it seems like they're just kind of camping back there. Let's see if we can get any shells into tanks like this Tiger 2. Hopefully he pokes, but it's more of a waiting game at this point. I'm just waiting to see if their team pokes it. There we go. Okay, unfortunately he backs up, but that T-32 did make a poke, so kind of just going to wait here, see if anyone pokes, and then if no one really moves, then I'll push the bull, and I will sit hull down there. Luckily on this map, there's lots of places where you can stick this tank hull down, and it's a pretty solid map for a tank with good gun depression and good turret armor. Do hit that T-28 Proto, but we do get hit by that T-32. He's kind of camping back there. Interesting stuff. Let's see if we can hit this guy again. There we go, we hit him again. And we do unfortunately get hit by that Foch once, but let's see here. He does miss my hatch, which is very good. And, I mean, they're already down 2 tanks, so honestly, even if I YOLO this, I'm not too worried at all. Like, their team is pretty much screwed at this point. So let me YOLO this and see if I can get some shells into this Yo. Hello, Yo. What are you doing, bro? Oh, bruh. This guy's still peeking me. I'm surprised no one's been bleeding this guy out. Like, normally when people peek that spot, they just get nuked for it. But apparently this guy's getting away with it, so oh well, whatever. Let's see here. Is he going to poke it again? Let's pretend like I'm looking away. Look back, and my gun trolls me. Okay. Wow. That's fun. Hopefully our team just pushes this. Like, that's all they have to really do. Let's get the a shell into this Yo here. And hopefully he shoots at my teammate. He has 1 shell left. There we go. He's out of shells. And now I'm going to poke him. And bonk. 364. That was a horrible roll right there. But I mean, we're already at 2,300 damage. And hopefully I'll be able to get a couple of shells out to get to 3k. But you never know. Let's see here. Shoot the Yo once. And I'm going to pull behind this house so he can't hit me anymore. And I'm going to shoot at this T-32. Hopefully we'll be able to get a shell into him before he does die. Wow, that was an awful ram, bro. 3 damage into him with that ram. That was horrible. That does bring us over 3,000 damage, though, with that last shell into him. And not a bad game for our second battle. I mean, that was better than the first one. I can tell you that. Our team did better than the first team that we got. Yeah, again, we just sort of played this thing hull down. It's a very simple play style, and as I said in the first battle, it's very boring. Like, I would not want to play this tank for hundreds of games. I can tell you that right now. There's so many better tier 9s, and honestly, so many more fun tier 9s that you can play. Like, you have the Cobra, you have the 7.52, you have the... There's so many better options. The Centurion 7.1's a good one that I just saw in the enemy team there. E75 is honestly better than this tank in every way, and it's also free. So there's a lot of free options that are just better than this tank if you want a tier 9 to play. I don't recommend, like I said, don't go out and gamble for this tank. It's like, you're not going to get it. It's just straight up. Unless you are the luckiest human being alive, you're not going to be getting this tank. It's so, so rare. Let's make our way up towards mid here on Normandy. I'm kind of hoping that our team goes this way, because if I have support, I can work this mid hill really, really well. And that's what I'm hoping for, but you never know. And, oh boy. Okay, well, there's Sense over here. Their E75 is also back here. There we go, we get a shell through his upper plate. That looked more red than I was expecting, but we still penned it. Interesting. And now I'm just going to wait here. Their SU-130 PM is back there. I tried to get a shell into him, but I was just slightly too late, so that sucks. We have the Sent 1 still here, and I'm going to try and get another shell into this E-75 here. Let's shoot at his turret. Wow. I mean, you can see where what I'm talking about, though. The guns kind of troll on this thing. It's, like, its dispersion isn't necessarily bad. It's just the guns, like, accuracy when you're not fully aimed in is just very bad. Like, it's very troll. Anyways, we get another shell into that E-75. So far, I mean, we're not really doing a whole lot of stuff right now, but, I mean, whatever. Let's see if this guy keeps moving forward. Bro is completely lost. I don't know why he's driving out in the open like that, but whatever. Free damage for me. Can I hit the Sent here? There we go. We do track him. Hopefully our Skoda can hit him. Rip. He misses the shell. And yeah, we're just going to keep holding this spot. I mean, you can see 10 degrees of gun depression. Again, very nice to have. And it allows you to just chill in spots like this on maps with tons of hills. So here we go. Centurion misses my hatch. Very good. And you can see, I mean, people, when they see your hatch, that's what they're going to target. Because the rest of the turret is very strong. So, yeah. If you're able to hide that hatch using its max gun depression, you will be fine. We do have a Scepter off to my side here, which is very, very sad because I'm going to get nuked by him, as well as the Centurion. So, honestly, oh boy, I'm screwed. Well, that was an L for our third battle, but, I mean, we're still going to win this game, I think. We have literally one tank up, and their Sent is like 300 health, so we should be winning this game. I will skip to the end when we do win. And just like that, we did win the game as expected. Yeah, I mean, we sort of just got YOLO'd at the end there. I mean, it's kind of understandable. We were pretty much by ourselves. We had like one other teammate with us. And the enemy team took that advantage and just full sent me, which is fine. We still did just under 2,800 damage, and we would have gotten more if I didn't get YOLO'd. But it is what it is. So yeah, that's the AE Phase 1. A pretty boring tank, but it is extremely rare. So I figured I should make a video showcasing it for any of you who are interested in seeing some gameplay of this tank. And with that, for any of you out there who are not yet subscribed to the channel, I highly recommend you do so. It's a fantastic way to support content like this and more, and stay up to date when I post videos almost daily. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.